Ladies and gentlemen, how you all doing? This is Con Ulrich.
And this is Rangru, low.
And folks, we are coming to you today on Sianno with another replay from the monthly tournament. This is a closer combat initiative that's going on here. So Ryan, quickly, as the action gets underway, who do we have? What are they bringing to the fray?
Left-hand side in the blue, we have ZnaT playing first Skijaeger Maverick income. Right-hand side in the red, we have Karma playing group Bezuglogo with a balanced income.
So folks, before the action gets really underway here, I do want to say we did hear what you had to say about the 1v1 balance mod. Trust me, we love it just as much as you do. Both replays this week, oof, wow, like we'll take out 2 maxims at once. That is a 2-for-1 special there. But BOGOs aside, 1v1 balance mod, we would love to see more of it being featured as well here. We're having still a little bit of issue with the replays getting corrupted here. So when we can get you that, we'll be happy to do it. Until then, though, we hope you'll just bear with us over here.
Yeah.
But
it's it can be very difficult casting modded replays, as they very easily get corrupted either if the mod is updated or if Eugene decides to update their game. So pretty much all the stars have to align on the right moon and the right temperature for it to actually work.
Exactly. And not too much, but it's really hard to find, virgin pigeons to sacrifice these days. So
yeah, they're real expensive right now.
Yeah, I mean, I got to go to New York to get it, and I just like it's a whole thing.
Yeah, and I have to go over the border. It's a pain.
Exactly.
I can't make out trip.
Exactly. Usually I would send them to you, but I can't anymore. It's shockingly enough, it's not because of the avian flu. But Storm Fusiliers down here to the south. Let's not forget the Skijaeger over here has atrociously strong, I would argue, scout infantry.
Yeah, 10 STGs. You're not just a scout; you're the assault force too.
Exactly. You're the tip of the spear. You're the tip of the spear. And looking out there in the meantime, I mean, both guys kind of taking their time, easing themselves into it, make kind of perfect sense. Skijaeger is not going to be that group. You're like, oh yes, let me have an armored rush in A. Nor over on Bezuglogo, you're going to be like, yes, let me throw forward tons and tons of armor here in the opening stages, because both of these guys, I would argue, I mean, one's got Vanguard, of course, but obviously Karma's hoping for that late game. He doesn't want to be sticking around.
Yeah, it's going to be the classic balance first Maverick income at Ryu ZC. Can ZnaT run in 20 minutes, or is he going to bugger up? That is the question. I mean, Tourney in the center here, Karma has managed to make a good play and get into the central town. The ZnaT is building up his forces. He's got the KV2, the grill, and if he gets some more infantry, he could probably make it into that town. He just has to make it through a hail of machine gun fire.
Well, and you can see right now, 152 over here to the northern side. Funny thing is that normally he might have caused some infantry being moved into that town, but he's not really being aggressive. So I don't know if this is going to be presaging some kind of push over here in the meantime. I don't know if I really think that's the best option.
Yeah, I hope he follows up with the Strafniki, because that would be a good idea, because as we usually complain about, you really want to follow up off-map artillery strikes with natural attack. Otherwise, it's mostly erased.
You can see right now, he is definitely going to do that. You see tons of smoke being dropped over here for those 50 mils. So beautiful. He's got it timed out pretty well, I'm surprised.
That's beautiful. I mean, the Skijaeger Pioneers will be able to cause a little bit of havoc in that push. But he's got Tank of Destiny to keep pushing through in armored transports. This is exactly what you need to do. And up north, we're seeing Skijaeger Pioneers actually doing an attack of their own, but getting picked out in the open by some machine gun fire.
Unfortunately, half the assault force is dead, because one Panzerschreck was able to take out the lead armored transport there. And yes, there's a Tanko Thessaloniki, so it's 12-12, because in the north, that's going to get swapped out pretty darn quickly, because the SG-43 is not going to stand up well to all the Skijaeger troops.
No, it is a pretty good counterattack here from ZnaT, as he can definitely try and get into his forest and really cause quite a bit of havoc, because, as we know, those Skijaegers are pretty nasty stuff.
They certainly are. Tanko Thessalonikis, of course, in the meantime, not a whole lot of anti-tank as an opportunity, and we have our T-34 coming up over here from the Skijaeger side. So a bit of a hassle there. Unfortunately, to the northern side, that same issue is going to be slapping the Skijaegers in the face, because Su-76 right there, this is the assault gun variant of it, and it's going to be more than fine to keep guys at bay.
Yep, and we're seeing some 50mm mortars and some more infantry being brought in. And now, unless ZnaT can get in some anti-tank to deal with SU-76, it's a bit of a hard time. Heck yeah, even the tanker distant team might just be enough with those rather powerful Molotovs. Yeah, goddamn. Goddamn.
Picking up 3 captures in less than 30 seconds? Yes, that's pretty darn fantastic.
And this is great for Karma. I mean, he's 5 minutes into A phase. He's barely lost any points. I mean, ZnaT needs to be the one leading the aggressive play, and so far he hasn't been able to really do that anywhere.
Which is kind of weird, because usually you kind of expect an infantry rush over here from the first Skijaeger, but I think a lot of the earlier kind of positions here were rather tentative.
Yeah. I mean, it's close combat too. I was expecting some sort of crazy, like, deep penetration rush from either side, but really, it was a pretty, like, bland opener. Just calm a rush for the southern town, and that was really it.
Yeah, Ryan, we all know your love for deep penetrations.
Oh,
so...
I do love seeing deep penetration maneuvers being formed very tactically.
Folks, that thunderous silence that you hear is my attempt to continue biting my lip before we get marked get taken off the air for something ridiculously dirty. In the meantime, we can see down to the south. The south has not been left alone either. We are seeing the beginnings of a push over here from the Skijaeger trying to get after these SG-43s in the town. And, oof, with the help of the Sturmpanzer that's going to be able to do that. SU-88, though, in the meantime, will be able to engage the Sturmpanzer.
I like how both sides are using Beutepanzers.
You know what? I hadn't even realized that, but you're absolutely correct. The SU-88, well, that's a capture.
That's one.
Yes, it is. Which is weird, because I think Rhinos really did well in the Russian steppes.
No, they probably got it from the Moscow Zoo.
That actually makes a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense. Northern side, there's going to be an artillery strike on the absolutely nothing. Ski Sturmfusiliers going to be forced to a regular surrender eventually. And the Ju-87 is being called in the south to engage someone who should have been his lifetime companion. 37 mil, though, probably will force this away, or at least force a rather inaccurate bombing run. It's getting close.
Gonna get it off, but really hit.
He does. Wow.
Yeah, so wow.
And he got hit as well. So, I mean, you know, 1-for-1 trade, not terrible, because that you know, SU-88 over there is 80 points. It's not the worst trade.
No, it's not great, but it could be much worse as well. The main thing, though, is ZnaT is actually making a pretty good progress into the southern town, at least. Just all the overwhelming fire support is helping them quite a bit clear it out. We are seeing another Beutepanzer, T6 Tiger, being brought in from Karma's side, which actually might prove to be quite a tough customer. Like, there's not a whole lot of real dedicated anti-tanker. Yes, the KV-2s are, but yeah, AP shells are 1.7 kilometers, actually. Not the most accurate, but actually does have a chance of killing that Tiger.
Forgive me, I was watching to the north as we do see this T-34-42 from the German side of things, giving ground in the face of all of this attacking Soviet infantry. Thing is that he's got just enough firepower. Takes out an M2 behind him. If he continues to reverse, he has a chance to survive, but I don't know. He might just be... he's going to get forced into a cap.
Yeah. It's getting really confusing, Con. It's like opposite day for each side's tanks.
Yes, it is. And that's why I feel compelled every single time. Oh, the German one. No, the Soviet one. One thing's for sure. Wherever there's grilling, there's plenty of Soviets being barbecued.
Mm-hmm. It's actually really fun to see all just, like, big assault guns being brought in. I mean, I know I love seeing big bada booms.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. 50mm mortars actually as well. Not to be outdone. I do want to see... Ooh, the Tiger is being engaged. I don't know how effective this is going to be.
They need to get the hit, which is going to be the hard part.
Well, another Ju-87 being brought on in. So you know what? If they trade out for this, he's not going to get there. There's too many anti-aircraft material.
Nope. 137mm is a problem. 2 is a very big issue. And 3 would be a dead airplane. Or heck, maybe 2 would just be a dead airplane.
And 2 it is. Sturmpanzer, in the meantime, though, just continues to engage the T6 Tiger. I feel like this is the key to the southern side. That Tiger goes down, a severe, severe gap opens up in the Soviet lines.
Yeah, I mean, it's really just that Tiger and that one Nashorn and real super heavy long range vehicles that Karma has in his division. Apart from that, it's really just T-34 spam.
Well, another IL-2 coming in here in the meantime, going after one of those captured KV-2s. And I think, though, it should be just enough... Okay, there we go. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it should be just enough firepower to get him to force back. KV-2 in the meantime does go down. T-6 Tiger is rather deadly still from that range.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just as long as he can keep that Tiger alive.
What was I saying in that town push? Is not dead, but is severely crippled, I think, with that Tiger anywhere close to it.
Yeah, Karma does actually have a pretty good chance of actually counter-attacking into the town now. He just has to finish off that last KV-2, which should be a pretty easy kill.
You know what? It's interesting to the north. We had a spotter airplane come in with the 172. So,
yep.
Got himself a call in. And I think for the most part, the infantry will still be there. Unfortunately, I don't think the infantry that's being brought in from the German side is going to be enough to really force this back.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have to keep an eye up in there as it starts to drop in the next 10 minutes or so. Tiger, in the meantime, looks like it went down, I think, from the KV-2, but it is a burning hulk of nothing anymore.
Yeah, I think so too. Very lucky long-range shot you have from a pretty damn inaccurate gun, but that's going to allow ZnaT to continue his long-range fire support with, well, that naval gun essentially of a tank.
Now, the funny thing for me is, honestly, if the KV-2, and I don't think this is the case, but if the KV-2 had a faster fire rate under the Germans than it did the Soviets, I think that'd be hysterical, but I know it'd be awful. North, in the meantime, we do have that artillery strike was quite successful, forcing back a good amount of material, just as the Skijaeger's moving on in, maybe the Skijaeger Pioneer coming up behind it. But we're into Phase B, so this is the time. This is when either ZnaT puts a nice little bow on it, or he starts measuring himself for a bit of a box here.
Indeed, but at least he's got a 14-10 right now. He really needs to get a +2 point advantage to make his next 7 minutes or so really count, but I don't feel like Karma's going to give it up very easily. I mean, ZnaT's made pretty decent progress so far through the center, but especially just losing all his territory up north and probably another attack onto that northern town will probably set ZnaT back a little bit.
Probably going to be the case, but you know what? I mean, both these guys are like Rick James. They're never going to give it up. They're never going to let you down. And I can't really go any further into that without, again, getting a copyright infringement and having this being demonetized. So, Skijaeger, Skirm Pioneers, and moving up to the north. And the Strelki SVTs, it doesn't matter if you have 20 guys in the squad, you're still going to get eventually taken down.
Especially against dedicated Sturm troops.
Yes.
You know, one of those STGs are pretty nasty to go up against, and off-map artillery being dropped in that town. I'm wondering if these Superiors and, yeah, Strafnikis are moving in for the attack, and pretty much mostly everything was killed apart from the Pak-36.
And that's being just in time, though, as more stuff gets thrown into that town. Unfortunately for the Pak-36, he is very much out of position. He could have actually been able to do something worthwhile with his life. But he's still living at his parents' in the depths of his, mid to late 40s.
In the 40s.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's like the opposite of a golden year, right?
Yeah, I don't think the Pak-36 should shoot because it had Cheeto dust all over his fingers.
It might be the problem.
Yeah.
It might be the problem, as he has another jar of Mountain Dew. The Skijaegers and Superiors on the south still engaging rather well. Yak-1B being brought on in, so we haven't seen a huge amount of Soviet aircraft. Part has been a consequence of having those SDKF Z-72s.
Mm-hmm. But it's a good push. I mean, ZnaT managed to get onto that little, tip of the hill area, which is actually a very good position to be in. Because even just being not on the hill, but just on the, downward slope of it, is usually enough just to give you the territory of that hill, which is the important part of that flag.
Very, very true. Another artillery call into the north. Nope, never mind. I didn't know you actually could cancel the artillery strikes. That's a very strange. That was a very strange. No, because man, dude, to me at this point, I'm like, okay, you know what? We're locked in stone. Like at this point, I'm not canceling anything. This is World War I attacks. My troops might be there. I don't know. I don't care. I'm still in that area.
Yeah, this place is gonna blow up whether I like it or not at this point.
And someone's gonna die, and if it's my guys, that's a risk I'm willing to take.
Yeah, know? I'm too awkward to call up the artillery battery and be like, hey guys, I'm a bit sorry. Could you just like count it out, please? Yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll do it right next time. Okay, please don't tell the commissar.
And see,
okay.
to me, it's kind of like, my excuse is calling. I gotta go take this, and I gotta go away. Like I'm not gonna deal with that. That's paperwork, man. But ZnaT actually dropping his own artillery strike back down on the Soviet side of the lines in that northern town. So this could be another rather devastating hit.
Yeah, that could be a good counterattack. And he too also has his infantry and transports ready to rush on through. And yeah, once the artillery stops, he's probably just going to rush on and get back into that town. And that should bring it to a 15-9, which is really what ZnaT needs at this point. He needs those flags. He needs them now.
True.
He needed them yesterday.
So wait, are you basically trying to tell me that his plans need to germinate a little bit?
Yes, they do. Yes, they do, Khan.
So, yeah, the Skijaegers are going to come in and definitely take root over here by the Superiors. Those dudes are falling back, but hey, they just make a very cute little column on the side of the road. Lead troop goes down, not too surprising there, but yep, there's that 15-9 you were talking about.
And we're seeing another northern push here from ZnaT. Gonna be taking a bit of flanking fire here from that 50 mil on the Radevkas flanking on through, but yeah, with not much anti-tank or fire support, and ZnaT bringing in T-34s, it should be a pretty successful push. I'm liking this quite a lot.
Well, the funny thing is that they have these T-34s, Russian trucks are passing the other direction, they're shooting at machine guns 1,000 meters behind the front line on their own side of the map. Like, this is you said before, this map is all over the place. You can hardly tell who's who anymore. And what's what. SG-43 going down to the north, down to the south. A bit of an abortive attempt by the Storm Skijaegers to get onto that hill. The second T6 Tigers right there. We have Strafniki, Superior, we have a Komroti in the area. It's a madhouse. Everywhere you look, there's just pandemonium. Pandas in every direction.
Yeah, so that's really trying to put the pedal to the metal as B-Phase is starting to rear its ugly head towards the end into that rather nasty C-Phase for him, so he has to really go all out at this point.
That's true. That's true. It's the ugly red are coming for him, you know, very, very slowly, but they are coming. I am surprised we haven't seen more fighter bombers, actually. The Me-410s, I think, would have been a really, really great addition to try to break some of these lines here. Yeah.
Up north, at least. I mean, two T-34 is going to be fighting against another two T-34s. Man, it gets confusing. Must have been confusing for the actual combatants.
Well, I just think of the whole set of the stories of like Rommel and his mammoth, for example, like being part of a British column by accident for like several hours.
Yeah.
But T-34-85 though, showing that his strength is far greater than the T-34s of his former brethren.
Much more powerful tank, and yeah, it's really going to help secure the northern side here for ZnaT. I mean, he still has to clear through his forest, and well, I'd say it's not too much scary thing. A single tanker and 4 Strafnikis left alive. And
yeah, but the ZIS, and now we also have a T-34 in flanking position, which doesn't sound like much, but you can see right there, that is still more than enough.
Yeah, you need to shoot the front of the armor and you can shoot the side. It's very simple.
I was checking out, in the meantime, there's these Bostons just keep coming in and plastering whatever they shoot at. Also worth mentioning, second Tiger is down, so that's a big, big loss. Andrayusha, though, aiming for the light anti-air material down to the south. Let's have a quick little peek to see how this goes.
Yeah, same. Might get like a kill or two. Heck, he might kill the commander, which... the commander's a little bit out of the firing zone, but considering how big the rockets are, it's pretty hard to miss, even if you are trying to intentionally miss.
And yet, they will find a way. Especially when he's aiming. He's not a perfect dead-on aim for it. And I think he actually might end up missing this.
Oh. Yeah. Underwhelming.
Understandable, but it's still underwhelming, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so far, I mean, ZnaT's actually really starting to pull it together. He still has pretty good momentum now, entering into C phase.
Wait. Just watch the IL2. Yeah. There we go.
Good kill. That's gonna definitely slow down momentum, because...
And that's also gonna slow down momentum, too.
Oh, God. Yeah, there we go. That's a southern attack gone. He's not gonna be making much progress down there anytime soon. So it's really gonna come down to the north.
But, looking at the north, there is a random giant mess of material here.
Yeah, he's leading quite heavily here. Like, I'm quite surprised. I felt like ZnaT wasn't going to be able to really be in a good position in the start of C phase, but 10 minutes left in the match, and with this sort of momentum, I feel like he has a good shot.
There's only potential there, that's for sure.
Like, he's trading so efficiently here up north. There's nothing here.
There's stuff you gotta watch on the rippy, ippy, tippy top of everything, but because he's gonna lose this northern flag. It's gonna be back to a 15-9 pretty quickly here.
Yeah, but it's central, like northern central push. I feel like he's gonna be able to capture that one flag by the crossroads here, and just germinate his infantry throughout the whole like forestry area. Should be something at least.
And you know what? I feel like you're finally realizing the wisdom in the germinate pun. It's always bothered me that we always have the Germans are rushing around. They had to be doing something different.
Yeah. This is good. I'm glad we found this after 4 years. There's so much like pun potential we haven't even dug in yet, guys.
Exactly. We haven't even gotten to the Western Front. IL-2's coming around over here to the south. Again, a lot of this air power, I'm surprised how quiescent the Luftwaffe has been. It's been, we threw a couple of Ju-87s up. Oh, they died. Okay, guys, never mind. And, go play around the Brits.
Yeah, especially surprising for Skijaeger, because they're pretty reliant on their aircraft, especially in the interceptor role, as your anti-air is mostly pretty crap for Skijaeger. You need your fighters to, shoot down this Yak-Run B or IL-2s, which proved to be a hassle. But, yeah, in the southern position, the Maxims are actually making a pretty efficient push here right now. And I don't feel like at this point ZnaT's going to be making many more territorial gains, but at a 16-8, I mean, I think he can hold that for 7 minutes, and it does give him a little bit of leeway to lose a single flag or two here or there.
Well, thinking back to his deck being built here, C-Phase, he did have a 32 card of Skijaegers. And
Holy
that's
crap, yeah.
Always the issue. It's always the issue with first Skijaeger is that, especially if you're building for that early game, you have no infantry later on. But no, there's one card, actually there's two cards that being kind of put out here. He's got 2 cards later on who have more infantry than everything else so far. So he's not going to have a ton. He doesn't have a ton, but he does have more than enough infantry to make it work.
Like, I think it's overkill having 2 C-Phase cards of infantry, but it's actually nice to see someone be able to, hedge their bets a little bit and actually take those C-Phase cards, because as we're going to see now, he's going to need them. But down south is starting to flip a little bit, and feels like Karma is really going to be diverting his attack down here with a bunch of T-34s, and there's not a whole lot here to stop him.
Well, there's a rather plucky Pack 40.
But he's out in the open. It's not a good position for Pack 40.
He says, as the first... I was waiting for the first one to go down, but...
Yeah.
Yes, that's certainly true. But watch him take out at least 2 of these tanks. I mean, that one right there, he might as well just aim to exactly the same spot. Just,
Yeah, he might be able to make his money's worth here.
If he gets 1 more shot off, yeah, he should be fine.
Come on, you can do it, Pack 40. Yeah, there you go.
Yep. And if he gets that third one, I mean, good luck trying to push that with a T-34 right there.
Yeah, and you got the Unkers being brought in, but it has way too much anti-aircraft fire. But 5 minutes, I mean, Karma, he is starting to take it back, especially as southern push. I'm liking this quite a lot, and he's got a whole, company's worth of stroke DP being brought up north here as well, but it's a little bit better defended at this point, so be curious to see how that ends up working out.
Well, I'm wondering, there's going to be an artillery strike dropped on those tanks, and that's all well and good, but yowza, that Boston. Wait, where's the Boston aiming? Oh, no.
The infantry in the middle of nowhere.
And he actually shocking kind of whiffs a bit.
Yeah. A shame. Oh, IL-2 up north.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not going for anything, he lost line of sight. Oh, no strokey DPs in the northern town. They are gonna be in a rock and a hard place going up against those Skijaegers.
Yeah, in the open. In the open. If they were honestly, if they're in the buildings, they might have a chance, but not against two Iron Cross. Skijaegers is not going to happen.
They really need, like, tank cadets and need key to clear them out. These stroke DPs are much better suited at long-range firefights.
And with no officer support either, which is kind of a weird thing to do.
Yeah, he really he's thrown away an entire company's worth of stroke DP. And that northern off-map artillery, I think if ZnaT follows up, he can actually recapture his flag and keep up that +2 advantage. Now does he bring in Panjäger RSOs, because by God, he needs them.
And we can make fun of them as much as we want to, but again, it's still a Pack 40. It's still got that crazy range. It's still got great penetration here. And look at again, speed, road speed, not too shabby. Not great, but not too shabby. It's
actually cheaper on a Pack 40.
And it's mobile.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, you just use it as a mobile anti-tank gun, not as a actual tank.
And so long as it doesn't get hit by this T-34 to the north, we'll see its value here in just a second.
Yeah. Oh, the T-34 in the central position, he could actually cause a bit of havoc here before that Panjäger RSO comes online. There's no anti-tank to stop him.
That is true. I get the feeling that this Razvedka is probably going to kill this Gorilla. And then, yeah, there's all this extra, just like ridiculous 37 palm. See, and there we go.
Okay. Just enough. Down south, we're seeing BA-10 also make some flanking maneuvers here, but I think his Panjäger can come and finish him off. Oh, Andreusa's going to be firing.
Where are you shooting, little Andre?
Oh, he's shooting up north into the town. That's a really good idea. Once he's reloaded.
Good idea. I'm still tentative about its long-term effectiveness. Yeah. But it's a good idea.
But yeah, I mean, ZnaT has at least managed to keep up his +2 advantage. There's only 2 minutes left on the clock, and ZnaT is doing a good job of just holding until he needs to be relieved.
Not quite Lord Lovett here, but it's pretty close, I would argue.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile,
even if it does come down to a +1, it's still not too long.
Well, and that's the other thing too. BA-10 goes down to the south, and actually more troops are being fed into the southern town by the Skijaeger. So, yes, we are going to see the Andreusa firing to the north, and probably going to blast this poor infantry here. But first of all, there's still a Führer there.
Yep. And he's going to be very furious.
Exactly. I mean, Fury swipes, man. That's Furious swipes. That's how it works. It is 14-10. 14-10, but there's a Skijaeger's going to continue to hop on out. He's going to get plastered in a second. But he's going to hop on out. I was thinking maybe he's going to get that flag, but nope, he's just a little bit too far north.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's only down to a +1, but yeah, only 3 minutes. That's pretty durable, I think, here for ZnaT.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If things don't get, let's say, recited here in the next probably 60 seconds, we probably might even see a tap.
Yeah. We're seeing another final push here from Karma into the central town, but I think it might just be enough Skijaegers and the Panjäger RSO to provide fire support.
And therein, as the bird would say, lies the rub, is that those 50 mil mortars, which unfortunately at this point have just been pounded into oblivion, not the easiest to make it through. Panjäger RSO does go down, but like you said, hold until relieved. All you got to do is just continue to throw bodies at it, and frankly, he could even go and trade 2 or 3 or even 4-1 in terms of casualties for the next 5 minutes, and it wouldn't actually affect him quite as much as the Soviets needed to.
Yeah. I mean, he can still buy infantry, not a whole lot, of course. He has half the income of Karma right now, but in his defensive, actions, it's not too bad. I mean, he can afford to lose one more flag, which might be the run in the central town, but even then, that's just as long as he can hold the north. At northern town, which it feels like he's definitely going to be able to, as Skijaegers have been really clutch. He should be fine.
He certainly should be. I'm watching as just little drips and drabs of material gets brought on, and 2 Skijaegers to the south and 1 to the north, the southern northern position. I know how ridiculous that direction was. Bear with me. But as we continue to go into it, just over a minute to go. And I don't think, again, even if it goes to a 12-12, I don't think that means it's over for the first Skijaeger. I think they could continue to just throw more and more lives at it until they win for the last couple of seconds necessary.
Yeah, I'm thinking what flag reasonably could go down, and it'd be somewhere up north, probably the far north. But even then, there's no... I don't think Karma's going to be able to do it. He's doing a C-34 rush into the northern town, but he's not going to make past the Sturm Skijaegers. They're in a good defensive position with anti-tank grenades.
And it's the other thing as well, this T-34 flank from the Führer, this is guaranteeing. He's just wasting time now at this point, which is good. This is exactly what you need to do. You have get another flag, force him to come to you, and then just kind of laugh.
Yeah, just buying time, and that's going to be it, I think. 10 seconds left on the clock, and Karma can't do anything.
Really, really well done over here to ZnaT. Looking at this, as you go back to a 13-11, that's the knockout. No TKO necessary. That is the knockout. Sianno falls over here after just under 32 minutes to ZnaT, who I've always been a little bit curious why he decides to rock that magnificent mustache as opposed to giving something a little bit more, furious.
Really, World War II and the Eastern Front was a battle between, big mustache versus small mustache.
And you know what? Bigger is better.
Yeah, in the end of the day, it's what won.
Exactly. And, fairly even on the KG. You can see the off-map artillery did decently well. It picked up 5 kills with plus the grill.
Mm-hmm.
With a couple of the palms over here, got 3 air kills. And you can see actually most of the Luftwaffe kills have fallen as a consequence of those 37 mils. But not a whole lot of real standouts other than that.
No, on the losses side, a KV-2 Jetty, I think those KV-2s proved to be extremely useful, especially early on.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, killing a Tiger, that's kind of a rare trade, yeah, but hey, big Russian gun goes boom.
Well, and other than that, too, we have a couple of guys here and there picking up 4 or 5 different kills. But the biggest, most impressive thing was a Soviet piece of equipment in the hands of Germans. So, I love it when people come together and cross cultural boundaries to share with each other. It just makes you feel good, right?
If the Germans had built more KV-2s, they would have run the war.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But regardless, that's going to bring it to the end of things for us today. Any final thoughts there, sir?
No, not today.
Well, folks, in that case, then, until next time, I'm Conalwork.
I'm Rangaroo. Take it easy.